Jack, have you ever heard of Steve Jobs? I know he founded Apple, but what made him so special?
Oh, Steve Jobs was more than just the co founder of Apple. He was a visionary, inventor, and entrepreneur who transformed multiple industries from computing to animation. His ideas changed the way we use technology today.
That sounds amazing. Where did he start?
Jobs had an interesting early life. He was adopted as a baby by Paul and Clara Jobs. His adoptive father introduced him to electronics, which sparked his love for technology.
Did he always excel in school?
Not really. Jobs went to Reed College but dropped out after one semester because he didn't find traditional education interesting, but he continued auditing classes, one of which was a calligraphy course that later influenced Apple's famous typography and sleek design.
That's so cool. So, how did Apple start?
In 1976, Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne started Apple in a garage. Their first product, Apple I, was a single computer for tech enthusiasts. Then came Apple II, which became one of the first commercially successful personal computers. That's when Apple really took off.
So, he helped make computers accessible to everyone?
Exactly. But his biggest impact came with the Macintosh 1984, the first computer with a graphical user interface and a mouse. It was revolutionary.
But I heard Jobs left Apple at some point. What happened?
Jobs was a perfectionist and had a tough leadership style. He clashed with Apple's board and was forced out in 1985, but they didn't stop him. He started Next Inc., which created software that would later become the foundation for Mac OS.
So, he kept innovating?
Absolutely. He also bought Pixar in 1986 and turned it into a giant in animation. Pixar made hits like Toy Story, Finding Nemo, and The Incredibles.
Wow, he changed animation too? That's incredible.
It gets even better. In 1997, Apple was struggling and they brought Jobs back. He completely turned the company around with products like iMac, iPod, iTunes, Store, iPhone, and iPad.
So, he didn't just create Apple, he reinvented it.
Exactly. The iPhone 2001 changed music, the iPhone 2007 revolutionized smartphones, and the App Store 2008 transformed software distribution. His focus on design, simplicity, and user experience made Apple a global leader.
But I've heard he was really strict. Was he difficult to work with?
Yes, he had a harsh leadership style. He was demanding and critical, pushing his employees to achieve perfection. Some admired him, while others found him difficult.
I guess that kind of drive is what made Apple so successful.
Exactly. Jobs believed in thinking differently and pushing boundaries. His famous quote was, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do."
Hmm, he really did change the world. Moral of the story: Steve Jobs' story is one of vision, resilience, and innovation. His journey teaches us that success isn't about taking the easy path, it's about following your passion, taking risk, and striving for excellence. That's why dropping out of college, Jobs never stopped learning. His curiosity led him to calligraphy, which later influenced Apple's elegant design. His love for electronics as a child turned into a lifelong obsession with creating technology that enhances people's lives. This shows that education isn't just about school, it's about exploring ideas and staying curious. Jobs also faced failure and rejection. After being forced out of Apple, he didn't give up. Instead, he founded Next and Pixar, which became a major success. When he returned to Apple, he transformed it into one of the most valuable companies in the history. His story proves that setbacks are not the end, they are opportunities to grow. One of his greatest strengths was his vision. Jobs didn't just make products, he imagined his technology could shape the future. He saw the potential of personal computers, digital music, smartphones, and touchscreens long before others. His ability to anticipate trends and create simple, user friendly experiences made Apple iconic. However, Jobs was also a controversial leader. He demanded perfection, worked relentlessly, and had high expectations from his team. Some admired his intensity, while others found it overwhelming. His leadership style teaches us that while pushing for excellence is important, balancing it with empathy and teamwork is equally crucial. Another key lesson from Jobs' life is thinking differently. He encouraged creativity and innovation, reminding us that success isn't about following the crowd, it's about breaking barriers. His famous motto, "Stay hungry, stay foolish," encourages us to keep learning, taking risks, and staying open to new ideas. Finally, Jobs' impact goes beyond Apple. He transformed music, animation, telecommunications, and computing. His work continues to influence technology and inspire entrepreneurs worldwide. His story proves that with patience, perseverance, and vision, one person can change the world.